My name is Thomas Sopiano. I live at 39 at Douglas Drive. I'm here to complain about the football field they want to put over there. To give an example, I believe I have for 42 years. And my neighbor, she retired last year. She wanted to sell the house because she wants to move it to an adult community. She had the house sold. When they find out the person who wasn't going to buy the house, she went to do an income tax in Rahway. She's an Afro-Diet. The accountant told her, listen, you know, she told her she wasn't going to buy the house. He said, I don't advise you to buy the house with a football field they're going to put. He said, your house is going to go down at least $100,000. Now, if you were to live over there by where we live, and you find out all that noise, and your house will go down $100,000, I don't think you would vote for this project. I work all my life. My house is paid, and I intend to retire. Now, if I retire, I gotta lose at least $100,000 in a house. And you work for the county, you get all business. I have a person, she lives by Rahway Hospital, in Rahway. They raised $500 of the tax this year, they went up, she said. Why? Because Rahway raised the tax. She paid $13,000 in a house. I said, why don't you sell the house? I said, who can buy my house? Maybe I get $300 for this house. Now, you started with $4.5 million. That project is going to cost $10 million. They started the same thing with the sewage treatment in Rahway. When they started with the sewage treatment, they say it's going to cost $25 million. It cost $125 million. I live in Clark. Clark got hit for $1 million for the sewer they raised. They raised my sewer. They raised my kind of tax because you people wasted the money. You get paid, you get a pension, you probably got 2 jobs. You know, you get a double pension when you're retired. I get it. My increase was $25, my Social Security, a year. So you're telling me how as a senior we're supposed to live. You spend. You should have some control. That's my complaint. All right?
We're off Rahway, New Jersey. Don't even know where to start. It seems like we have to fight so hard for things that shouldn't be done. The previous speaker mentions that other communities are tearing up artificial turf. We have a business administrator. I don't know why they would want to fight for something like this. I mean, she stated that she was a business administrator. That's a paid position, I assume. What is in it for the city to build this in this park? I don't understand why Olmsted Park doesn't have historical registration. I should think that the freeholders would want to fight for that. I'm not a chemist like one of the previous speakers, but I know about phthalates and BPA. You can go in any kitchen supply department store and see BPA free, phthalate free. All of a sudden it's safe for kids to play on an AstroTurf. There probably should be a sign warning them not to play on an AstroTurf. The cancer rates in women for decades has been 2 out of 3 breast cancer. It's been directly related to phthalates. Phthalates are pseudoestrogens, female hormone mimickers that are in plastic. There's been proposals to put on drinking water bottles expiration dates. The water's not going bad. It's how long it's been exposed to the plastic. You know, it's really upsetting that the business administrator would say that, like, oh, the children are just dying to play on this field, like we're mean and we won't let them play. There are alternatives. Rahway's been hit bad with floods. I grew up in Rahway. I lived and played all around the Rahway rivers. And Veterans Field has taken more of a beating on a football game in the rain than it did when it floods. I've seen an area in the block, St. George, New Church Street, and Church Street, Central Avenue block. The whole lower floodplain used to be mowed by residents. And when it flooded, the grass was perfect. That whole area there, FEMA is scheduling to take down houses in the middle of New Church Street. there was houses already taken down by FEMA, and these areas that are abandoned now, there was talk for the last 10 years of making parkland down there for football games, dog walk parks. This could be done there. I read in the National Geographic a few issues ago that they found out that bird populations have been very disrupted by artificial light. And I just saw in Warrenco Park the size of the lighting. And I've seen on Rahway Avenue, the soccer field there, it's unbelievable. It just turns night into day. This is going to have a huge impact on the neighborhoods. How far does light travel? Far. I can't imagine. I remember as a kid how beautiful the park was. There's things that are missing since I was a kid. There used to be a beautiful wooden walkway from Clark at the end of one of the dead-end streets. You could come across the back Rahway River to enter the park, and even come down on a bicycle. It was a beautiful way to come into the park. We used to have a cabin with a potbelly stove to warm ourselves for ice skating. That whole lake stayed frozen for months this winter. It's, the far end is still frozen. The park is extremely neglected for its beauty. One gentleman talked about taking care of the birch trees. There used to be on the far bank blooming non-fruit-bearing cherry trees. Those haven't been replaced. The park looks ugly from what it used to look like, so it looks like it's susceptible to having something like this man-made put in there. That will only detract from its natural beauty. And I just think the alternatives. I also wonder about what happened at Stone Street in St. George.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much.
Any other county residents wishing to be heard?
My name is Scott Ruda. I live in Clark. I live on Parkway Drive above the waterfalls. I spent most of my life there, except for a 10-year hiatus. I'm there because of the natural beauty and the river. And I spent a lot of time in the park. So, you know, I think I know it pretty well. I guess you guys are aware of the Facebook page that the coalition has put together, and you're aware of the petition, the online petition that's been going around. That was started 8 days ago. We have 2,600 signatures as of tonight. I suggest take a look at that, and you can see comments from people who signed a petition. If you read through those comments, this park means so much to all of these people. They have such emotional connections to it. They have memories that stretch back in time, family members. And it's a very personal thing for them that they feel that this project is going to change the character of the park. Now I know you are minimizing what your statements are minimizing what this project is going to be. So you're just saying now you're going to do an artificial turf and you can do some lights. How is that supposed to cost $3 million for the county? If that's all that you're doing, why does that cost $3 million? Union County is already the 5th highest taxed county in the country. So, you know, what are you doing with our money? The Rahway business administrator was here and spoke very nicely. Not so sure, nothing personal.
Please direct.
Okay, all right. The city of Rahway is $60 million in deficit. They have, in addition to this project that's going to go on, there's, I think, a $20 million project that's going to upgrade the water facility, the water treatment plant in the park. So is that going to happen at the same time that this is happening? Rahway's on the hook for $10 million for that. That's $70 million deficit. Now they want to spend $3 million more, or $2.7 million more on a field that they have a lot of other places, and they have an existing field that I drove by the other day. Looks fine. They're saying 7 home games a year. When you go past that field and you see last year's schedule, they had 4 home games. So the county and the city are going to spend $6 million on 4 games a year. And now I know that it's going to be available for other people. The letter that you, the freeholders put out in response to the coalition's petition and 1,000 members who joined the Facebook page in 8 days, stated that it's just turf and it's just some lights and Rahway is going to do the bleachers and other amenities. Well, these amenities are going to be buildings. So when you say the park is developed, when you stand on the north side of the park and you look toward the sunset, you see straight across to the tree line on the other side. The development is pool, which has been there for 70 years, and tennis courts and baseball fields, which have no visual impact on the appearance of the park or that serenity that people seek. So I would like to let you know that we've identified 97 homes that back up onto the park. Those homes have an assessed value of $22 billion. They pay $815,000 in taxes every year. And we are going to reach those people. This is not ending tonight. The coalition is not going to get quiet. We're going to reach those people. Every one of those people whose property abuts the park, and we are going to mobilize those people and make them aware of what's going on. So, you know, I hope you reconsider what this is all about. This gentleman was very knowledgeable. We haven't seen any contracts. I'd love to see where these contracts come from and how the city is bidding on a project and develop numbers, and you develop numbers, and all we see is a drawing of the court, the field, the park with a little circle on it. How would these numbers bid on? So it'd be very good if you could make all that information available to the public. It'd be very helpful. So thanks for your time.
Any other county residents